Hi, this is Isabel. So in today's video, I'm going to give you the pluses and minuses around the whole idea. Should I move first or should I get the job first? So first of all, let's explore getting the job first. So this is what I would recommend, by the way, because I find that in Switzerland, the cost of living is quite high. So probably you do need a job first before you move. Now, I would say the exception would be if, for example, you have an income from a previous job, or you get some benefit somehow, maybe a package from a previous employer, or you have some savings aside. So if you have, let's say, a year's worth of savings, or package from a previous employer, so you can basically sustain yourself, let's say at least a year without working, then you can probably not need a job immediately. However, if you're more in need of an immediate income, I would say probably getting the job first would be more appropriate for you. So if you're basically in Europe right now and you're looking for a job, it's still okay to find a job as a European citizen. Now, if you're outside of Europe, you're not on site, it's going to be more of a challenge. Again, it doesn't mean it's impossible, but it's going to be more work, more investment from your end, maybe coming to Switzerland several times. But again, if you're short on salary or on cash, I would say this is probably the way I would do it, is to try to secure something, even if it's not a long-term situation type of job, but at least try to get something that you know when you come, you already have an income. So that's number one. Number two is the option of moving first. So based on what I was saying, if you have a lot of income aside or even a little bit of income, probably it's more comfortable, because then you're more available to go to interviews, to explore the local market, to go to networking events. Because to get a job, usually you need to network with people locally. And if you're abroad, it's going to be more difficult. Even if you do come a couple of times a year, it's still very limited. This is what I do usually with people who are not living in Switzerland. I encourage them to go at least to a couple of events, big events, to maximize the chances of meeting people, and to try to book everything in their agenda during maybe 1 week when they come. Try to multiply chances to get contacts in a short amount of time to have the most impact. But it's never as good as living on site, also to understand the culture, how people communicate. To basically Swissize your profile, it's always better to be on site. And the third option would be basically to freelance from a distance. So I said this in my video where I had a lot of views, how to get a job in 48 hours. It's true. I mean, you can pretty much settle in Switzerland and work from your laptop with international clients, or even stay in the country where you're at and work with Swiss clients. And maybe after a while you get an offer for a job. I know a lot of people go from freelance to permanent employee that way. So if you find a client in Switzerland that's working with you long distance as a freelancer, maybe at some point they invite you in. They would know you and trust you, trust your work, so they're more inclined to offer you a job. So I would say the third option is try to find a client in Switzerland that works with you long distance, or even a couple of clients in Switzerland, and then hoping that this relationship develops into something more permanent and gives you the opportunity to move. So I hope this exploration of possibilities opens some doors for you. Again, the criteria I would use is, where do you stand right now income-wise? Can you afford to be in Switzerland without working for a while? What could you do also digitally, to stay where you're at and explore Switzerland a little bit before you actually move? Because once you move, you have expenses, and those are permanent expenses like rent and all those things you have to pay when you live in a country. And again, I'm warning you, in Switzerland, the cost of living, the fixed charges are very high. So you need to take that into account. If you have any questions, feel free to post below. Check my webinar, by the way. It's only 20 minutes, but it's going to give you additional resources and things you need to know to get a job in Switzerland. I will talk to you soon.